Each morning, real setups are broken down with entry strategies and technical reasoning behind every trade. This is today's best trade setups with Verified Investing.
Welcome to today's best trade setups. My name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here at Verified Investing. Today we're looking at kind of a neutral to flat market with Intel trading down a little bit, and the inverse AVGO is trading up a little bit. So I got a couple different levels for short levels on AVGO with long levels on Intel. And then we're going to dive into a couple other charts. I don't really expect a ton of volatility today, but usually when you least expect it, that's when the volatility happens. So we have to be ready just in case. So the first stock we're going to go over is actually Oracle. We've been monitoring this for quite some time. I do have a short level on this if we can get a float higher based on a couple different technical factors. And then I'm going to go into a couple different charts as well. So the first chart, again, I'm going to go over is Oracle. Here's that chart of Oracle for you. I've got this down sloping trend line that we've been monitoring for some time. The first hit is the 16th of October. Second hit is here on the 10th of December. So you've connected this down sloping trend line, or those two pivot tops. Price action can get up to $201.99 today. That is where I'm looking to exit my swing trade, as well as short, possibly in the live day trading room. This is a more aggressive level on ORCL because it hasn't had that big of a move to the upside. However, this is still where I would likely start a short, knowing that I've got additional resistance right here at $210.57. And then again, a gap fill at $223. For those of you who are a little bit more conservative, I would wait to this $210.50 level, and then even more conservative, if price can get up to $223.14, not likely today, but if it does, this would be your really big rejection level. There are a lot of buyers who were stuck in this trade, and then all of a sudden it fell. Once price action does get back up into this level, there should be some people who are exiting their trade who were stuck and looking to drive the price back down. We want to be on that side of the markets with them. AVGO is another stock that, again, that I was mentioning. You've got this upsloping trend line. This was the third hit of this upsloping trend line that just broke to the downside. What I've done is connected this pivot low from the 4th of March, so excuse me, the 7th of April, secondary pivot from here, the 21st of November, created this upsloping trend line. This was a third hit of AVGO. Should have been a good bounce level. However, price decided it wanted to flush through that. Now that it's broken the support level on the upside, if it gets into this level again, you should get a rejection based on this retraces seen the crime. And then, which would be, right about $355.18. Because it is a little bit of it's not a huge move today. You could be a little bit more conservative and wait for the $360 level, wait for price action to get back above, and then you should get a nice rejection. Not only that, this upsloping trend line, but you've also got this wide range red bar candle, this pivot or the high of it. So you should have some people who are getting into that trade or exiting their trade at that level. Let's go ahead and jump into the Intel chart. Intel is one of the stocks that are down on the day. For those of you who are aggressive, $34.50 is going to be a gap in the charts. People, even though it's not a major gap in the charts, there should be some people who had thought that this would have been a great entry price. They missed it because it didn't fill here. So when price action does get back into this level, there should be some people who are stepping up to buy this thing, to bid this up. This isn't a swing trade level. This is more of a day trade. So I would be looking for 1, maybe 2% of a bounce on the upside. On a 15-minute closing basis, I would stop out. What's going to happen is price could get below this, and then the sellers could emerge rapidly and drive this all the way down to this low pivot at $32.89. You could look for a little bit of a pierce, and then you should get a pretty strong reaction to the upside on Intel. Another chart that I've been monitoring it for a while is Nvidia. Nvidia is basically slightly negative on the day. Had a great move yesterday to the upside, almost a 3.5–4% move to the upside, which is actually pretty large on Nvidia. If Nvidia does get to this wide range red bar candle, upper end of it, $193.59 would be your first shortable level. Knowing you've got additional resistance at this wide range red bar candle at $195.93, that would be more of an aggressive level on both of these. If price does close above that on a 15-minute closing basis, you're likely to head all the way to this gap fill in the charts at $199.05. There's another stock, ALB, that's had quite a run up as of late. If you notice the daily chart, it is coming into some key technical resistance, and I'm looking to possibly short this thing for the live day trading room. ALB, you've got $153.20. Look at this major pivot in the charts. When I look at a major pivot, I'm actually looking for where price moved rapidly and significantly away. So from this pivot top, ALB got down over 67% before creating this low on the 17th of March, or this low of 7th of April, 2025. And then you had this huge move to the upside. You think about all the people who are stuck right at this area. Once price action gets up to $153.20, they will be jumping out of their trades, selling their long positions. We want to be there with them to take advantage of the move down. So $153.20 is where I would be picking up a short trade in the live day trading room. Longing, if you are bullish on ALB, you could wait for a long level at $140.48. This would be more of an aggressive level. And I'm not interested in trading this, but it is a gap in the chart, so you should get some sort of a bounce off of that level. Another stock we've been monitoring is MU. It's slightly up on the day. It did close right about $275. Still hasn't tagged this 285.27 level. If it does get above that on a 15-minute closing basis, you're likely to get a float. It is a half day. We don't have a lot of time on the clock, so this needs to happen by basically 10 o'clock in the morning, and this would be a good short level. If it does break above that, you're likely to head back or head all the way up to about $300.27 on MU. Roblox. Roblox, I want you guys to notice something. Look at this wide range red bar candle that happened the day after earnings. It got up to $150. Now, all of a sudden, this gave you an indication of what was likely to happen in the price of the stock. Got a little bit of a sell-off, bigger sell-off, tried to rally back and got capped right about the midline of this wide range red bar candle, and then had a significant sell-off. Your first major pivot in the charts is going to be $75.74. So if you guys like this trade and you're more aggressive, not only this was a prior gap fill in the charts, this is a major pivot. Now, if you could pick this up basically at a 50% reduction, there will be some not only institutions, but retail investors who are looking to pick this up at $75.74. We want to be alongside with them and move this price up. This would not be a swing trade level for me on Roblox, but this would be a good for a day trade, looking at about a 1 to 2% of your portfolio. Tesla still hasn't reached this $500.58 level. As you can see, whole round numbers like the $500 even number is going to be significant resistance. Now that we've gotten so close to this on Tesla, my shortable level is still $525.07. So no longer is the $500 even number pierce on my radar. Even though I've got it in the charts right now, it's not going to be as significant resistance because we've tested this resistance level on numerous occasions, putting in more of a bull flag, price consolidating right under that level, which would mean that price is likely to bust through. So today, 525.07 is what I'm looking at. One of our members in the live day trading room asks about HUT every single morning. So I want to go ahead and set you guys up with the chart of HUT so you can see what this guy is asking about on HUT. The first shortable level for me today, and this would be an aggressive level, is this gap in the charts, $55. Knowing that I've got this high pivot point right here at $57.29 with a gap in the charts that goes way back at $58.89. So this is an aggressive level, a little bit less aggressive, and then here is a way more conservative level. So if I zoom out on the charts, look at this gap that's sitting here from the 1st of December of 2021. There are some people who have been out of the trade for an extended period of time. If they were as patient as some people can be, once price gets back to their break even or pretty close to it, you should get a pretty significant selling pressure, which is why we want to be there and get enter a short trade. So that way, when they get out of their trade and sell their position, we can be alongside of them and take that price down alongside of them. I don't expect a lot of choppiness today. It's a half day. Usually on half days in the markets, you don't have a ton of volatility. And as soon as the 10 o'clock or 10:30 timeframe exits, then as soon as the price and the volatility dies in the markets, then the direction of the stock is pretty much just going to float sideways. So these trades that I'm looking at have to happen really quickly or they're no longer on the table for me. So that's what I have for you guys today. Gareth Soloway is going to be going live in less than 5 minutes talking about the run on silver, which seems to be absolutely unstoppable. He's going to be coming over what's going on for probably the rest of the year and his outlook in 2026. If you guys are getting something out of this, please make sure you're sharing with your friends so that way they can get this market action as well. And make sure you're liking, following, and subscribing so you can get notified when we go live and give you guys this chart analysis. And with that said, we'll see you guys next time in the charts. You guys have a great rest of your day and take care.